This is the short approach drill. So short approach takeoffs and short approach long jumps are staple in any long jumper's toolbox because we can only do so many full approach long jumps before our body starts to really fatigue. And so if we're trying to work on some aspect down here, like the flight, or we're trying to work on, oh, I need to make sure I just do something different, or I need to make sure I really extend my arms or something. If you want to get a lot of repetitions in, it's going to be really fatiguing and tiring to do all these full long approaches every time. So we can do short approaches, which are not as many steps. You're not running as far, so you're not going to have quite as much of an impact, and you can do a lot more of them. So what we can do is our staple short approach is anything less typically than whatever your long approach is, right? That sounds pretty simple, but you can break that into very short or mid approaches. So short approaches to me is really like anything 8 steps in, and a mid approach would be about like a 8-step, a 10-step, or even a 12-step approach if your full approach is like a 16 to 18, right? A mid approach for someone who's a 12-step might only be 10 steps, right? So it might just be one little bit closer, and a short approach would be 6 steps, 8 steps. So just a reminder, when I talk about steps, if I'm a left-footed jumper and this is where I take off from, right? I'm going right, left. So that's 4 steps, right? We can always count our rights or lefts, and that would be, we would say 4 rights, 4 lefts. So if I'm going to take 6 steps, I'm a left-footed jumper, so I'm always going to start with my left foot. I'm going to take 6 steps, or that would be 3 rights or 3 lefts, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or that would be 3 rights and then jump off my left, or step 1, step 2, step 3, right? So we want short approaches to help us do a lot of these movements. And then with short approaches, you can do all sorts of the takeoff drills, the approach drills, flight drills, landing drills. It's kind of a staple for any of the drills. It all starts with doing short approaches, mid approaches, or full approaches.